start sitting down again. We'll just have the rollers near to us. We'll come to them in a second. So just orientate yourself on your mat to start with. So just rocking from side to side on those seat bones. And then come down to a smaller and smaller rock so that you feel an even weight on both of them. And then rolling forwards. Try to pull yourself right forwards onto your front bottom. And just stretch your back. Don't worry too much about your hamstrings at the moment. Keep them a bit bent, keep your legs a bit bent. And then push your knees down a bit and sit up vertically. And then pop your hands on the floor behind you and just open your chest up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Push those knees down into the ground. And then reaching forwards again. Just stretching that back, letting your head drop down, stretch your neck. And then sit up tall. Put your right hand on your left knee, left hand behind. And just turn your body. Give yourself a stretch. And then the other way, left hand on right knee, right hand behind, and turn yourself the other way. Good, and then come back into the facing forward. Rolling forwards towards those feet again. Let your head drop down and stretch your neck. And then sitting up nice and tall, and we'll just roll down backwards onto the mat. So tucking our tailbone under us. Rolling slowly. Keep your chin over your tummy button and curl your back down. Keeping your chin forward, curling, reaching with your fingers towards your toes to keep yourself from dropping. And then roll down to flat. Take your arms over your head. Reach your right hand away from your right foot. And then reach your left hand away from your left foot. And then reach both hands from both feet. And then take your arms all the way up to the sky and rolling all the way back up again. And reaching towards those toes again. Soften the knees, pull yourself forwards. And then sitting up tall, grabbing your roller, slide it under your back. So resting your elbows, I start with it at the bottom ribs. So resting, bend your knees a bit, resting your elbows on it, and just taking a bit of the weight off your body. And we can try to roll all the way along it today. All the way along to our neck, and then roll all the way back. So the idea is to aim for the head to get to the floor as well as the bum. So that you're curling over the roller. Rolling along, so don't whiz too fast, but don't stay too still either. Moving it all the way down. Doing lots of cricks and groans. I'm holding onto my head a little bit, just a bit of support with my neck. Rolling it again. Then I can put my head on the floor. And then all the way again. So we're doing the length of the rib cage. Try not to go too much onto your lower back at the moment. All the way down, length of the ribs. And then you can just rest the roller in the middle of your back. Put your bum on the floor and your head on the floor, and take those arms all the way over your head. Try to touch your fingers on the ground and feel the stretch in your chest and your armpits and in your tummy. Lengthen your left leg out. Lengthen your right leg out. Tighten your tummy muscles, protect the lower back. If it feels too much pressure on your upper back, bring your arms back, bend your knees up. You can bring your head up a little bit and move the roller, just slowly move it. If it doesn't feel too much pressure and you're still laying over it, then take hold of the head and start to move the roller up and down again. Moving it all the way up and down. Good. Okay, pop your bum on the floor. Sit yourself up and bring that roller under your bottom. So we're sitting on it. So I've got my fists on the floor behind, and And I'm just going to turn myself towards you guys a bit and roll the roller in my left butt cheek. So I'm rolling it just in that fleshy part of the muscle. And I can roll forwards and back a bit. We won't do it today because I didn't say to everybody to get a tennis ball, but we've been doing this with a tennis ball as well, but that's okay. So rolling over towards the side. So I'm getting it under my hip bone and rolling it. And where you feel lumpy or tender bits, just concentrate a little bit more on that area. And then rolling backwards and forwards. So I'm just rocking forwards and backwards over into that. Okay, straighten that underneath leg out, put your elbow on the floor and go up and down the side in your hip there. And you can hold on to the roller to control it. Going all the way up and down. And then you can go over onto the back part of your hip, the kind of love handle area on your back. And then all the way up and down. And now rolling over onto the front side of that hip. So into the hip flexor. Yeah. And then roll back onto the back. And then push yourself just gradually to sitting up. So we're sitting on the fleshy part on the left. And then we're going to roll over onto the right side. So again, just orientate yourself. Find the tight bits. Rolling forwards and back. Pushing in to the fleshy bit of your bum. If you sit more upright, you pressurize the muscle between the bone and the roller in slightly different angles. Okay, then laying down a little bit, you can get into the top part of your hip, the sort of love handly area. And then we can roll over, straighten that leg out and roll over onto the side. And get in at the hip area at the top and roll over onto the tummy and do the hip flexor bit. Good, okay, lie on the front of the roller with both your legs on it. And we're going to roll it up and down those quads. So both legs on the roller. And just slowly go up and down. If you don't feel much pressure here, you can bring one leg over the top of the other one. And then that will obviously double the load. If it feels too much, you can put your hands on the floor and you can lift up with one leg so that you make yourself lighter. So we're just going to go up and down on the fronts of our legs. Turn your toes outwards so we get a bit of inner thigh and open your legs up a little bit. Good. And then knees together a bit. And then we're going to turn over onto the whole length of the side of one leg. So I'm facing you, going all the way up and down the outside of one leg. Now when you do the iliotibial band, which is the outside of your leg, you need to keep the roller moving because it's not a very fleshy piece of soft tissue. It's quite sinewy. It doesn't really like being, that's how you get a dead leg. People used to knee us in the old days for fun, apparently. Okay, and then roll all the way over onto your back. So you're sitting with your legs, your hamstrings on the roller. And then we slide up and down like that. Pushing forwards and back. Good, and then we're going to go all the way over onto the other side. All the way down the outside, the other side of our leg. So you might have to walk your hands up and down the mat. You might be able to stretch your elbow, your armpits a little bit of manhandling around. All up and down. Good. And then rolling back onto the tummy. And then you can come up onto your knees and get rid of the roller. Get rid of the roller. Okay. So we're on all fours. So making sure the hands are directly underneath the shoulders, middle fingers are parallel, and the knees are under the hip, feet are level with the knees. So arch your back up, eyes to your knees, and sink your back down, eyes up to the sky. Arch your back up, eyes to your knees, and sink your back down, eyes up to the sky. Keep your back sunk or come up into a slightly neutral position. And we're going to glide the hips backwards over the butt, over the feet. So this is not child pose. We're not letting go of the shape of the back. So we glide backwards. So we're shutting the hip joint down and then come back up onto all fours. Glide backwards. So we're spreading the buttocks and closing this hip joint here where the leg goes into the pelvis, and then come back up onto all fours. Glide backwards. Good. And then come back up onto all fours. Good. Arching the back up, sinking the back down, eyes come up. Turn your toes over. And you're going to lift your knees up off the ground and come up into down dog. So balls of the feet are about an inch apart. Soft knees, armpits pushed down towards the toes. And trying to straighten those legs, pushing the right heel down and then the left heel down. Soften the knees again, take the armpits down to the toes. Push the tailbone up into the sky and lengthen the tailbone away from the top of your head. Again, push the right heel down, try to straighten that leg. Push the left heel down. So your heels are going to be a bit further apart than the balls of your feet. Push the right heel down. Push the left heel down. Push both heels down. Spread your toes and come up onto your toes. Really spread them. Roll onto the outside of your feet so that you're on your little toes. Now roll onto the inside so you're on your big toe. Now push those heels down and straighten those legs as much as you can, pushing your armpits to your toes. Loosen that head and neck, stretching the back of the legs. Good. Bring yourself forwards into the press-up position. So we're in the plank. Lengthen the head away from the tailbone. Drop the knees to the floor. Go back into child pose. Go back into child pose, stretch those armpits, stretch that back. Walk the hands to the left-hand side of the mat. And feel the stretch down the right side of your body. Push your bum to the right. Really feel the stretch down that side of the body. And then walk your hands back to the middle and over to the right-hand side of the mat, and push your bum to the left. Feel the stretch down the outside. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Come back up onto all fours. Bring the hands closer to your body. Spreading those fingers. Turn the toes over and lift the bum back up into the air. Balls of the feet are an inch apart. Soft knees. Push the armpits down to the toes. Push that right heel down. And now the left heel down. Right heel down, left heel down. Really trying to be an upside down V, not a square, so your head is between your arms. Pushing, pushing, pushing with those feet. Okay, step your left foot forwards between your hands. Stretching those legs apart from each other. Stretching, stretching, stretching. So pull the knee out to the side so the flesh of your tummy comes down the inside of the leg, and lengthen your head and your chest, pushing your chest through between your elbows and pushing your heel away from you, your right heel away. Keep your crutch down and your legs straight, lengthening. Now drop that back knee to the floor and stay in this position and just feel that stretch in the groin area. Turn the back toes over and come up onto your front foot and your back knee. Front foot and back knee. Now tuck your pelvis under you. So my body is above my back knee, and I'm going to tuck my pelvis forward. I'm going to slide forwards or glide forwards, keeping my torso vertical. Feeling the stretch in the front of the hip and then the front of that leg. Pushing down, but not bending in my tummy muscles. So my tummy muscles are tight, my lower back's protected. I don't want to see a bend at the waist here, where you've let the tummy go and you're compressing the lower back. That has to stay straight. Pushing down into there. Now imagine you're pulling this back knee forward towards the front leg. So we're tensing the front of this muscle. Tensing. Roll the shoulders back. Keep the eyes up. Now release that tension. Put the right hand up into the sky. Push the right hand up and glide the crutch down towards the floor a bit more, keeping the torso straight so you're not letting any bend go in that lower back. Push that right hand up into the sky and over your head. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Reaching, really push it up, stretching and release. Take those hands down either side of the front foot. Glide the body back and straighten this front leg. Keep that toe pointed. And now pull the toe up towards your nose. Now point the toe down. If you want to slide that foot forward a bit, you can. Pull that toe up. Point that toe down. Pull that toe up. Walk the hands towards your right hand side, so you're turning away from that leg and feel the stretch more on the inside of your thigh. Good. And now walk your hands over your leg to the outside, and you'll feel more tension down the outside of the leg. You probably won't be able to go around quite as far. Bring your hands back, so there's one hand either side of that front foot. Flatten the sole of the foot on the floor, glide it back so it's between your hands. And you're going to turn your back toes over and lift your back knee off the ground. Pushing your heels away from each other. Push that right heel hard away from that left heel. Pushing, stretching. Now step that back foot forwards in between the front feet and keep yourself folded forwards. Keep yourself folded forwards. And stay on the floor and step that left foot backwards. Left foot back, sliding it, pushing that left heel away from the right heel. Keep that left knee up off the ground and feel the stretch in the groin. Keep this right foot knee out to the side so your tummy slides through on the inside of that thigh. Lift the chin up, lengthen the body, push the breastbone forward past the knee. And now drop that back knee to the floor and turn the back toes over. Come up onto your back knee, so you're vertical. Tuck your pelvis under you, tighten your tummy. Keep that lower back protected and glide forward so you feel the stretch in the front of this left hip flexor and quad. Now visualize you're pulling that back knee forward, so tense the back quads. Pulling it forwards. Take that left arm up into the sky. Release the tension in the quad and push that left hand all the way up into the sky and take the pelvis down towards the floor. Pushing, pushing, reaching, reaching. Really reach up high and stretch all the way down the side of that left leg, left armpit. And then release. Bring your hands either side of the front foot. Glide your body backwards and slide that foot forwards. Keep the sole of the foot on the floor. Pull the toes up towards your nose. And now push them away. Pull those toes up. And push them away. Pull them up and push them away. Walk your hands to the left so they come all the way around to the left side. And push your bum down to the floor. Feel the stretch on that inner thigh. Walk your hands all the way around to the right hand side. And feel the stretch down the iliotibial band. Bring those hands back, one either side of the front foot. Turn that foot, slide that foot back between them. Turn the back toes over and lift that back knee up off the ground, pushing that back heel away, lengthening that leg, and breathe. Big breath in. Step forwards with that back leg so that you've got both feet between your hands. Keep yourself tucked down. Let your arms hang. My knees are soft. My knees are soft. Let my head hang. I'm going to put my hands on my thighs and pull myself up into a tabletop so I'm straight. My body is horizontal to the floor, but it's straight. I'm not curved anymore. Holding onto the outside of my knees, I'm going to push my knees into my hands and feel my bum engage. Push my knees into my hands. I'm now going to keep that engagement in my bum. Let go of the hands and straighten myself up by pushing my bum forward. Take my hands up into the sky, reaching up high, reaching back. Take those hands out wide, rolling forwards again, all the way down to hanging. Put your hands back either side of your knees and push your knees into your hands. Engage those glutes. So this is the muscle you should feel when you're walking, this bum muscle. So I'm hanging down and forwards. Take my hands off, put them on the floor. Okay, stepping my right foot backwards into the down dog position. Step my left foot backwards into the down dog position. Spread my fingers, soften my knees. Armpits down to the toes. Pushing the heels down to the ground. Take the right foot up into the air. Bend that knee. And then tip that leg over so we stretch that hip. Tipping that leg over. Now we're going to swing that leg through and bring that right foot next to the left hand and go down into pigeon. Down into pigeon. So the aim of pigeon is your shin bone is at right angles to the mat, to your centre line. Turn your back toes over. Holding myself in this position, lengthening my back leg away. Lower your elbows down to the ground if you can. Just lower yourself down as much as you can. Holding yourself here. Feel that stretch in the front, in the glute, in the bum of the right leg. Feel the stretch also in the hip flexor of the left leg. Okay, pushing off your knees. Push those knees into the floor. Walk your hands back up onto your front leg. And then pushing the knees, if you can, take your hands off the ground, if you can. If you can't, keep your hands on your knees here. But try to take the load off your hands and try to concentrate on tensing your legs. You're pushing your knees in the ground. If you've got your hands off the ground, you can push them behind you and stretch your chest. Lengthen this hip flexor. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Put your hands back onto that front leg, back onto the floor in front, and then slide them forwards and come down a little bit lower. Use your breathing. So breathing in, breathe out, and release that hip a bit. Lengthen that left leg behind you more, and release that right buttock. Good. Walking your hands back towards the front leg. One hand either side on the knee and the foot. We're just going to do one more hands off the ground if we can. This is a great hip releaser, this one. So roll your shoulders back, push the chest forward, lengthen that back leg. And if you can, pushing the knees in the floor, take your hands away. Hold yourself here, lengthening, breathing in and out. Hands back on the ground. And lengthen your body forwards and stretch out. Go down as flat as you can. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Okay, walk your hands back towards the front leg. One hand either side of that front leg on the floor. Turn the back toes over. Lift that back knee off the ground. And push the bum up into the air and come back up into down dog. So right heel down, left heel down. Look at those fingers, make sure they're parallel. Push the armpits down towards the toes. Soft knees. Lengthen the heels to the floor. Right heel down, left heel down. Right heel down, left heel down. Both heels down. Spread your toes, lifting them off the floor, and then push the toes in the ground, come up onto your toes. Check your ankle joint is right above your middle toe. Lower those heels to the floor, tighten the bum and pull the knees out wide. Take the left leg up into the sky. Bend that knee. Rotate that leg round and lift the knee up in the air and let the foot drop. Breathing in, on the out breath, swing that leg through and put the left foot next to the right hand. Turn the back toes over and lengthen that back leg out. Keeping this front leg as horizontal or perpendicular to your body as you can. Lower down onto your elbows. Lower down onto your elbows and lengthen that left leg away from you. Lengthen that left leg away and lower your body down to the floor. Lowering your body down to the floor. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Walk your hands back up. Walk your hands back up to this to the front leg. Breathing in, on the out breath, push the knees into the ground and take the hands off the floor. Push those hands out behind you and lengthen your back leg. Holding yourself here, breathing in. Opening that chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then bringing the hands back onto the ground and lowering down. Again, using your breath, breathing in. On the out breath, let that back leg slide away from you. And release your bum. Good. Breathing in and out. Lengthening. Good. And again, breathing in and out. Good. Walking those hands back towards the front leg. Holding yourself here. Lengthen that front leg away. Lengthen that back leg away. Pushing the knees into the floor. Take the hands off the ground. Opening the chest. Squeezing, trying to reach your hands round behind you. Pushing that chest forward. Drawing in the tummy. Protecting the lower back and stretching in this hip area where the leg joins the hip, not where the hip joins the tummy. Breathing in and out. And then hands back onto the floor. Lower yourself down and stretch. 2 big breaths here. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And then walk your hands back towards your front leg. Roll those shoulders back. Turn the back toes over. Lift the back knee off the floor. And push the bum in the air and come back up into down dog. So rearrange your feet and hands. Feet are 1 inch apart. Heels are 2 inches apart. Soften the knees. Fingers are parallel. Lower the armpits down towards those toes. Loosen that head and neck. Your head should be between your elbows. Tailbone up in the sky. Pushing that right heel into the floor. And release. Pushing that left heel into the floor. And release. Push that right heel. Hold the heel there. Push the left heel down. Spread the toes. Come up onto your toes. And then release and come down onto your heels. Good. Slide yourself forwards into the press up position or plank. So tummy tight. You can come on your knees if you want, or you can be on your toes and your hands. Roll your shoulders back, drawing in your tummy. Drop your knees to the floor and lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Turning the toes over. And with the hands on the floor, forearms on the ground, roll the shoulders back, and you're going to lift up into a half cobra. So clenching the bum, pulling forwards and stretching that chest out. Eyes can come up, you're stretching the chest. Tummy's engaged, not a big bend in the lower back, but bends in the chest. Clench the bum, lengthen those legs, and then release. Breathing in, clench the bum, lengthen the legs away. Tighten the thighs. Pulling forwards as if you're trying to drag your body forwards on the ground. Come back up into that partial cobra. Pulling my shoulder blades back. Trying to pull my elbows towards my waist, but they're not actually moving. And then release. And then I'm going to put my hands down by my chest, just below my chest. Breathing in. Breathing out, clench the bum, draw in the tummy, pull those shoulder blades back, squeezing and lifting. Pull those shoulder blades back, tighten the tummy, come as high as you feel comfortable. As high as you feel comfortable. Don't compress your lower backs. And then lowering back down to the ground. And this time we're just going to come a whole run through and go up into child's pose. So put your hands down nearer to your waist, breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, tighten the thighs, roll the shoulders back, push off the hands and peel the body off the floor, pushing the breastbone forward between the hands, clenching the bum, straighten the elbows, keep the rise coming, and then push off your knees and go all the way back into child pose. All the way back and stretch that back. Pulling those fingers forwards on the floor. So we're stretching the armpit and stretching the lower back. Good. And then come back up onto all fours. Arching the back up, eyes to the knees. Sinking the back down, eyes coming up. Arching the back up, eyes to our knees. Sinking the back down, eyes coming up. Slide those hands forwards on the floor, slide the knees away and lie yourself down on the ground. Bring your arms down by your side. And we're just going to scan the body. So feel the weight of the floor under the tops of your feet. Feel your knees in the same place on the ground. Feel the pubic bone touching the floor, drawing in the tummy and lifting your tummy button off the ground or making it light. Resting on the bottom rib, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, around and down. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Keep them in that back position. Take the arms up in the air, hands are off the floor, above your bum. Forehead is still resting on the ground. Take the hands all the way down towards your knees and then back to the floor. Shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, around, hold them, bring the arms up high, drawing in the tummy, pulsing those hands up. 3, 2, 1, rolling the shoulders and bringing the hands back down to the ground. Breathing in on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, bring the hands up 2, and pulsing. 3, make sure the tummy's off the floor. 2, 1, around with those hands and down. Breathing in on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up and lift that face off the floor. Lift your face up off the ground. Clench the tummy so that it's not pushed into the floor. You're resting on the bottom rib and the pubic bone. Lengthen your legs so your feet are light on the floor and pulse your arms up. 3, 2, 1. Roll the shoulders round and down. Face back down to the ground. Breathing in on the out breath. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Arms come up, face comes up. Eyes are still looking at the floor. Pulse those arms up. 3, light on the tummy. 2, 1, around and down. And Again, breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Arms come up, face comes up. And lift the whole head and the arms. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up high. Lengthen those legs, draw the tummy in tight. And pulse again. 3, 2, 1. And release around and down. Breathing in, on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Arms come up, face comes up, drawing in the tummy and pulsing. 3, 2, 1, around and down. One more of them. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Arms come up, upper body up, and pulsing. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up high. Lengthen the legs away from you. Clench your bum, drawing in your tummy. Pulse again. 3, 2, 1. Hold up high. Lengthen your head from your toes, drawing in your tummy. Knees are off the ground, feet are off the ground, and pulsing the upper body. 3, 2, 1. Around and release. Good. Breathing in and out. Bring those hands up under your forehead. Breathing in, clenching the bum. Lengthen those legs. Lift the right leg up off the floor and lower. Lift the right leg up again and lower and again and lower. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs and lift the left leg up and down. Tummy button stays lifted off the floor. Lift again and lower. Lift and lower. Put the hands next to the chest. Breathing in, on the out breath, roll the shoulders down towards the waist, peel the body up off the ground, coming all the way up into cobra and then into child pose. Back into child pose, stretching those armpits. Pull those fingers forwards on the floor. And then come back onto all fours. And then take the elbows down, slide yourself down to flat again. Hands under the forehead, drawing in the tummy. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clenching with the bum. Lift the tummy off the ground. Bend the right foot, right knee rather. And then we're going to lift that right leg up off the ground. So lifting 5 times. 4, 3, 2, pelvis stays still, legs the only thing that moves. 1, straighten that leg out. Bend the left leg, push the heel to the sky. 5, 4, 3, keep that pelvis still. 2, 1, straighten and lower. Keep the right leg straight and lift that up. Lifting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rolling over onto your left hand side. Put your head and your arm under your head. Bending your knees up. Supporting your body, making sure your spine is straight. Nose, breastbone, tummy button, crutch, all in a line. So you're slightly light on your waistband. The straight line of your spine cuts into the middle of your shin bone. So top knee, feet together, lift the knee up and lower. 10 of these. 2, 3. So there's no movement in the body, only the leg is moving. 4, 5, high as you can with that knee. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it in the air, hold it in the air. Whole leg goes up and backwards. 1, 2, so backwards with the knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet together, knee up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep it in the sky. So the whole leg moves backwards. The feet separate as well. 1, 2, 3. Don't let the knee drop. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet together, knee up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it high. 10 more of these. 1, 2, 3. Backwards with your knees. 4. Feet higher. 5. Knee higher. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And release. And then roll over to the other side. Roll over to the other side. Supporting the head with the arm. Keep the knees bent. Straight line of the spine, cutting into the middle of the shin bone, lifting that top knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep it up. 10. Whole leg backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep it up and back. 1, 2, knee high. 3, backwards with the leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet together, up and down. 1. You should feel it in your glute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest down. Good. Give your bum a rub. Straighten your legs. Roll over onto your back. Roll over onto your back. Pull your knees into your chest and lift that tailbone up off the floor. Pull the knees in, nose to the knees, tailbone up. Nose to the knees, tailbone up. Nose to the knees, tailbone up. Straighten that right leg out. Pull that left knee over your body. Push that right hand away from you. That left hand away from you. Turn your head to the left. Your left knee's coming over you and your right leg is straight. Lengthen your body, pushing those fingers away. Try to turn your head to face that hand. And then roll back onto your arm back. Pull that knee, the left knee into your armpit. Pulling the left knee into your armpit. Change legs, bring the right knee in, take the left knee out. Pull that right knee in. Pull that right knee over the body, push the right hand away. Turning the head to the right hand. Pulling that right knee to the floor, lengthen that left leg straight. Pushing the toes away from the top of the head. Turning and then falling back onto your back. Pulling that knee into your armpit again. Pulling the other knee into your armpit and let your thighs, your knees drop apart. Pull those shoulders back and down on the ground. Open those inner thighs. Breathing in and out. Pop your feet on the floor. Lengthen the left leg, lengthen the right leg. Take the hands over the head. Push the right hand away from the right foot. Push the left hand away from the left foot. Push both hands from both feet. And then take your fingers up to the sky, chin into the chest, and roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Rolling yourself up, rolling your fingers down towards your feet. Soften those knees and pull yourself forwards. Push the right knee into the floor. Push the left knee into the floor. Push both knees into the floor. Pull forwards onto your front bottom. Sit yourself up vertically. Rolling those shoulders back, bring that right foot next to the left bum. Take hold of it, of the knee, and pull it up towards the shoulder, turning the body around. Turning the body around, looking over that back shoulder. And release. Take the other leg, across and up to the bum. Take hold of the knee. Pull it up towards the shoulder. Use the other hand to push yourself up, nice and straight. Turning. And then releasing. Take the legs straight. Rolling the shoulders back. Put your fists on the floor either side of your bum. Lift your body up off your bum. Let yourself hang and then rest down onto your middle bottom. Rolling forwards towards those feet again. One more time. Stretch the back, stretch the legs, stretch out your shoulders. Pulling yourself forwards. Push the knees into the floor and then sitting up straight again. Rolling the shoulders, take those hands all the way up to the sky. Put the thumbs onto the top of your head and then reaching all the way up to the ceiling. Straight arms. Pulling those upper arms next to your ears. Push the chest forward, tighten the tummy. Push those thighs into the ground. And then let the arms go and come down by your side and roll your shoulders. Rolling them back and release. Well done. Survived hip opening on Tuesday morning. Good one, everybody. Hopefully.